Brooklyn Park police say a man fatally shot himself after shooting at police on Wednesday night. It happened near the 8700 block of Maplebrook Parkway North around 9 p.m. Police say the officer was checking out a report of shots fired in that area, and shortly after arriving on scene, someone started shooting at him. The officer was not hit and is okay, but police say the squad car was hit by gunfire. Police say as other officers arrived, a 911 call came in from a neighbor saying the man had shot himself in a nearby driveway. Police say the incident was part of a domestic call and a female victim was unharmed. Police say incidents of officers being shot at have increased.
This type of thing is extremely unusual. It's unusual anywhere in this city. It's not common, unfortunately. In the last 2 years, this has happened to us several times. We have been shot at and our officers have been shot. And so I'm not sure what to make out of that other than the fact that there is violence in this community, and there's some of that is being projected towards us as officers when we're responding to try to help out in these situations.
A further note about this story, we do want to point out that it is not our policy to report on suicides, but we felt we should report on this one since it involved a local police officer at risk. We do want to remind you that there are resources available if you or someone you know is struggling. You can dial or text 988 for the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline to talk to trained counselors who care. Help is available 24/7. There was no shortage of violent crimes in 2022. Many police departments in the Northwest Metro had to deal with issues that you would usually associate with a big city. That includes problems like carjackings, fatal shootings, and arson cases. Reporter Sonia Goins takes a look at some high-profile investigations from 2022.
It's a trend local law enforcement agencies would rather not see. Carjackings have increased in the Northwest Metro this year. There have been cases in Brooklyn Park, Golden Valley, Brooklyn Center, Plymouth, and Robbinsdale.
If they want a vehicle and they need transportation, they don't use a cab or a bus. They'll just grab a vehicle from someone that appears to be an easy victim.
In February, former Brooklyn Center police officer Kim Potter was sentenced to 2 years in state custody for fatally shooting Dante Wright during a traffic stop in April of 2021.
My son Dante's life was taken away way too soon.
And catalytic converter thefts were at an all-time high as several cities reported a rise in these types of crimes. In Brooklyn Park alone, there have been over 350 incidents of stolen catalytic converters. Police say thieves like to steal the vehicle parts for the precious metals inside the canister and then sell them on the black market. Meanwhile, local police departments saw a scary new trend of some shooters using conversion devices on handguns to turn them into fully automatic weapons.
You're going to fire at a rate of about 20 rounds a second.
I love this community and I love this greenhouse.
In 2022, Maple Grove police investigated at least 3 arson incidents. Police say someone intentionally set the fires that damaged several businesses, including a massive fire at Line Greenhouse in early October.
This fire was really raging when First Resources got there. Looked like a fully involved inferno, really high flames.
Maple Grove police identified 3 teenage boys as suspects, but no arrests have been made yet.
The jury found Jamal Smith guilty on all 3 counts.
Meanwhile, October 4th, Jamal Smith was sentenced to life in prison for fatally shooting youth baseball coach Jay Boughton on Highway 169 in Plymouth in July of 2021.
I think today brings some sense of closure to the legal system, and the legal system was fair to us.
As the new year approaches, local police departments are hoping 2023 is filled with fewer crimes and much safer communities. Sonia Goins, CCX News.
A big change is on the way for a beloved Robbinsdale business that's truly a throwback to a bygone era. As Delane Cleveland reports, the independent shop that's been around for nearly 40 years has outlasted every single one of its competitors.
This place has been kind of a godsend for people that aren't technologically savvy.
Before the days of streaming services,
there's a lot of treasures in here.
Anyone wanting to watch a movie no longer in theaters would have to visit a video rental store.
Something like Dirty Dancing. Dirty Dancing was huge in its day.
And since 1985,
it's my baby. I mean, I've been doing this for 40 years.
Scott Prost, who owns Video Universe in Robbinsdale, has provided people with a vast catalog of options, from the original Top Gun to Top Gun Maverick and everything in between.
This is one of the last few stores like this in the entire country. There's just a few video stores left like this.
Prost credits the wide selection as to why they've been able to stay open all these years.
A lot of these are out of print. You're not going to find these anyplace.
Video Universe has an estimated 40,000 titles, which includes some of your classic favorites to some of the most obscure titles imaginable.
Here's something special. Look at this. Heart Beeps. Probably one of the worst movies of all time.
Yet after nearly 40 years of serving up movie magic here in Robbinsdale, Prost is now saying that it's his turn to take a bullet train to the land of retirement.
Well, the big news is that Video Universe in 2023, next year, will be closing. It will be our last year in business.
Prost says that in this era of streaming, Hollywood is releasing fewer movies on video. That makes it difficult for a store like this to be the money monster it once was. So for now, the plan is to close Video Universe in May. He expects all titles to go on sale to the general public in March. That is, unless a superhero steps in to save the day.
People love video so much, if somebody is interested, they could make an offer for this whole thing if they want to.
For the time being, it's likely that we're seeing the end of an era for movie watching.
It's like there's a certain smell of the video store, and I've had numerous people wish that they could, bottle the smell.
In Robbinsdale, Delane Cleveland, CCX News.